Look at your life for a moment. Yesterday, not tomorrow, today. How much of your day actually belongs to you? You wake up, check your phone, scroll through videos, answer messages, watch other people live their lives, and suddenly an hour is gone. Then another, then another. And at night you tell yourself, tomorrow I'll do better. But tomorrow becomes another tomorrow, and eventually you realize something terrifying. You didn't lose your life in one dramatic moment. You lost it one small distraction at a time. Your brain naturally prefers immediate rewards over distant rewards. Scrolling gives you stimulation right now. Entertainment gives you pleasure right now. But working out, studying, building a career, or creating something meaningful gives you results later. Your brain keeps asking, what feels good right now? And if you always obey that question, your future pays the price. But here's the good news. You don't need to completely change your life today. You only need to stop giving every impulse control over your decisions. Discipline begins when you say, I decide what I do next, not my feelings. Your brain isn't necessarily trying to destroy your future. It's trying to protect your comfort. That's why when you decide to study, suddenly your phone looks interesting. When you decide to exercise, suddenly the couch feels incredibly comfortable. When you plan to work, suddenly you need to check one more notification. This is instant gratification. Every time you choose the easy reward, you're training your brain to expect comfort. And eventually, difficult work starts to feel unbearable. That's how procrastination becomes a habit. Not because you're incapable, but because you've repeatedly practiced avoiding discomfort. So, what's the solution? Practice doing difficult things before you feel ready. Don't wait until you feel motivated. Start while your brain is telling you not to, because every time you act despite resistance, you're teaching your brain discomfort is not danger, and that lesson can change your life. Another reason people waste their lives is because they constantly negotiate with themselves. I'll start tomorrow. I'll work out after this video. I'll study tonight. I'll wake up early Monday. But every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, you weaken your trust in yourself. Confidence isn't created only through positive thinking. Confidence is built through evidence. You say, I'll wake up early. Then you wake up. You say, I'll exercise for 20 minutes. Then you exercise. You say, I'll work for 1 hour without touching my phone. Then you do it. Every completed promise becomes evidence, and evidence creates self-trust. So stop making massive promises. Make small promises and keep them. Because discipline isn't about becoming a completely different person overnight. It's about proving to yourself, one action at a time, that your word means something. And let's destroy one of the biggest myths about success. You don't need to feel motivated. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions change. Some mornings you'll feel powerful. Other mornings you'll feel tired. Some days you'll be excited about your goals. Other days you'll question everything. If your actions depend on your emotions, your progress will always be inconsistent. Disciplined people don't constantly ask, do I feel like doing this? They ask, does this need to be done? That's the difference. You can also make discipline easier by changing your environment. Put your phone in another room, turn off unnecessary notifications, prepare your clothes the night before, create a specific work schedule, remove distractions before you have to fight them. Don't make discipline harder than it needs to be. Make distraction harder. Make productive behavior easier, because your environment is silently shaping your behavior every single day. And there's one modern distraction you need to control: your phone. Your phone isn't automatically your enemy, but unlimited access to entertainment can destroy your ability to tolerate boredom. When your brain becomes addicted to constant stimulation, ordinary tasks start feeling painfully slow. Reading feels boring. Studying feels boring. Working feels boring. So you reach for your phone. One notification, one short video, one more scroll, and suddenly 30 minutes disappear. But you can break that cycle. Keep your phone away while working. Walk without it. Eat without watching videos. Work without checking messages every 5 minutes. You're not trying to hate technology. You're training your attention. Because in a world fighting for your attention, the person who controls their attention controls their life. And stop waiting for the perfect moment. When I have more money, when I have more confidence, when I have more time, when life becomes easier. Life will never be perfect. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be problems. Sometimes you don't